What up, YouTube? So I had this insight today about like home economics. Basically, when we buy something, we expect it to give us more value than we pay for it, equal or more value. But so often, it actually gives us less value or even no value, like clothes we never wear or food we never eat, equipment we never use. So yeah, I'm trying to be mindful of that. I think that's like the key metric if you're trying to be minimalist is really pay attention to how much everything you buy gives you. Now, there's some things that pay off way more than you amount of money you put in, like my scooter, oatmeal. I eat oatmeal for breakfast every day, and I get 10 pounds for like $8. So that gives me a lot of value, um, as opposed to some like luxury food item that actually tastes bad that I might spend like $8 or $10 and then I barely even use or enjoy. That has like extremely low value. And yeah, I think it's important to keep this in mind through all your consumer decisions. You could even translate it to emotional decisions. There's probably like an 80-20 principle going on there where 80% of the 20% of the money you spend gives you 80% of the value. 80% of the attention you spend gives you 20% of the value. I was listening to this really interesting YouTube in the car yesterday. He talked about how up until age 25 you're just learning by default. And then there's all the rage about neuroplasticity, which is a real thing. And especially when you're younger, your brain is changing every day. You're absorbing new information all the time. But after you're 25, I mean, and I'm sure it's not a hard and fast cutoff at 25, and it probably decreases even more with older age. But to get the benefits of neuroplasticity, you really have to focus. You really have to engage your focus apparatus, your eyes, your ears, and be very disciplined about the way you learn things. Otherwise, you're not really going to learn so much. You're going to just default to your old patterns. So that gave me a lot of motivation and gave me even more responsibility as a parent because I realize, I think, well, that's one of the stressful things about being a parent. I think all parents know this on some level that their kid is absorbing everything much more than you. The stuff that you're not noticing, they're going to notice. So there's a lot of responsibility to create a good social, emotional, physical environment. Um, but then as for myself, I'm 41, so I really have to, if I want to learn new skills, if I want to um, grow intellectually and physically, uh, emotionally, uh, in relationship, etc., I have to really focus. So I've been doing that. So I kind of jumped around quite a bit in these few minutes, but I feel like they're connected. How are they connected? Um, well, yeah, it's just a matter of focus because I'm cleaning up, I'm getting rid of stuff, I'm organizing, and yeah, I think I really like this one lady. She lived in a tiny home, but right next door to the tiny home, there was storage. Because I do think there's some things you buy that don't have utility immediately, but in an emergency, you're not going to use a hammer every day. You're not going to use a screwdriver every day, and you may not use those items for 6 months at a time, or new light bulbs, etc. But that you will eventually need. So I don't know. These metrics are very difficult to keep in mind constantly, and so we default to consumer prices, but the consumer price has like zero to do with how much utility stuff will actually have to you. Anyway, that was just my little stream of consciousness for today. Thanks for watching.